Hey, how are you? This is Quad 7 Trigger, and I'm bringing you another Front Mission 3 gameplay here. This is part of my playthrough that I've gone back to some older games that are really good to play, and I'm gonna be doing a little playthrough for you. So here it is. This is the third mission here. I think I have one of my other ones on Trigger Tuesday, the original one, but this is the third battle you have to do, and you are stuck in the here trying to escape the JDF force when you went into their base and decided to do some research with some military grade Wanzers. So they come after you and they are coming out to attack you. So in here, this battle consists of trying to get to the lift in time, but what I usually do in this battle is I try to destroy all the enemy Wanzers. This is one of the harder battles to do from the beginning, and it's pretty difficult in the fact that you can play a bit of cat and mouse with this gate, with this lift gate here, where you can open it up and close it and get inside and close it on the enemies and keep them in the back. Sometimes if you do it just right, you can keep them outside of the thing the whole time and keep shooting missiles at them. But in my case here, it didn't work out quite the way I thought it was going to happen. But it went pretty well. It's quite a long battle because of the fact that it just took a very long time. I had some parts blown off my Wanzers where I couldn't get moving. Like if the legs get blown up, you still have the frame to the legs, so you can still move a space. It's like chess. You have like the king, you can move one space, and that's about it. So that's kind of what happened here. With my missile launcher, she kind of got her legs knocked off later on, and she couldn't really move around too well. So I kind of had to move very slowly, try to keep up with my team, stay together. The thing is, you have some repair packs, you're going to need to use them because, your score at the end is going to be based upon how much damage you have on your Wanzers and how many attacks you've done, so that can put a damper on your score, if you're going to go and play this game. So in this battle, I think I got gold at the end. And yeah, try to get, usually I've always gotten platinum on this one, always had the luck to get that, but this time didn't quite have that luck. Got some parts blown off, had to repair things, get moving around. I was just kind of hoping to play the cat and mouse game here with this lift, but they ended up getting through. So what's interesting about this game is that there's a lot of new games coming out, like the Skyfall game and some other games. You'll see some movies like Pacific Rim. Looks very much like Wanzer style thing. They get in the Wanzers and go around, and basically Wanzer, from my understanding, it's German for a walking tank. As far as what I've seen. Let me see if I can find that here. But yeah, I think that's what the word means. And, it's something interesting because, oh yeah, okay, from the German word Wanderpanzer, or walking tanks, from what I can find on Wikipedia. But, it's interesting that, we see this kind of stuff because this seems like such a game-like, type of thing. It would never come into real life, but, I've seen some things on the on TV where they have sort of walking donkey type machines for the military that carry things around, but they're walking. Even tanks can get stuck in very deep terrain. But if you have legs that can walk over it and get over it, that works too. So there's different applications like climbing up steep rocks and things like that. That a lot of walking machines can get into. And so I really do think that in the future you're going to see Wanzers. This game, and some of the things in the past, where people, did things like Star Trek, where they're, making all these futuristic things that, people fantasize about. Eventually people end up making them because, they play these games, they fantasize about this type of stuff, and then they're like, hey, I really want to try designing that and making that. It's probably real. You could probably build it. With something like this, you probably could. I would say this you know, the Wanzers, I think what they would be is probably 2 stories high. I guess they're probably about that high, you know, according to this game here. You know, because of, you know, how they set the height on some of these machines where they stand up. Because you're inside the body of the machine. You know, you're not like having your arms inside the arms, you're just inside the main body shell, and then the arms and the legs are attached to the body, you know, for this type of Wanzer machine. But I really like the series. I mean, there are some spin-offs, and you know, the Evolved game, the Front Mission Evolved, is a first-person shooter in a sense. You know, it's still, you're in a Wanzer and stuff, but you get to actually move around sort of first person. So it's not very strategic. I mean, it is, you can play strategic, but it's more of like you go around and do it personally yourself. Here, you command up to 4 Wanzers. Right now it's only 3 because you don't have your extra character, but you command up to 4 Wanzers and you move it around like a chess battle. You know, you move around like a chess game, and they give you action points, which is nice because it's sort of like if you were to add up all the action points and run this through, you know, a simulator really fast with everything that you did, this would turn into a real life type of thing where you'd see this in sort of a real time, you know, type of scenario, which would be kind of cool. So yeah, this is a pretty good game. I like that factor. I've always liked to play chess. Chess is one of the bigger things I like to do, and that's a fun thing to do. Yeah, chess is one of those games that came from the medieval ages. It's one of the older games that people used to play. I think the kings and queens used to play it in the medieval times, around the Dark Ages, yeah, possibly before that, but that's, you know, from the time once it came around. And this is interesting because it's almost identically like it in the fact that, you know, your Wanzers get to move so many spaces, and they each have a certain range as far as what type of you know, artillery you equip them with, like missiles. They can go long range and stuff like that. So it's sort of like a chess game in some ways. So I mean, if you like to play chess, you know, and this is kind of a good alternate to it. It's kind of interesting in that way, and it has the action point system where it sort of makes it like a real-time thing. So, you know, you got the squares to move it in, and you got to make all your choices. This one is a very difficult one to play because of the fact that you know, there's 5 on 3. So, you know, not getting someone low enough and destroying them fast enough sort of made it really difficult to, you know, to play it like how I've wanted to play it, you know, because we're just cramped. I'm just cramped in here with all these Wanzers attacking me, and it gets kind of difficult to figure out what to do, especially when you get stunned. Like I think my Wanzer's stunned, or else his is stunned. I'm not sure right now. I just kind of was looking away, and, you know, I wasn't looking too closely here, but you know, the thing is, this is a very good game to see where some of these things have started. Like, yeah, you know, I've seen the Titanfall game. You know, I've seen some advertisements of that. And that's really interesting how, you know, they have some of the, you know, the pilots jump or sort of like shoot from their Wanzer, or you know, whatever it's called in that game, out of their Wanzer, and they can come down and start shooting on the other players with a gun, and then they can quickly get back in their, you know, their Wanzer and move around. That's pretty interesting. You can do that in here too, although this is an older game. This is, I believe, 1990. What was it? 1999 game. So it's 99. So that's well, it's 13 now, so it's about 14 years old. So it's a pretty old game. But this was a really good one. This is really nice because of the fact that if you play a game like this, you know, you can set the controller down. You know, if you got you know, if you got a baby crying, or if, you know, you want to go get something to eat, you can just set the controller down. You don't have to worry about anything. It's kind of nice to get back to some of these types of things because you don't have to worry so much about what's going on. I mean, you can just, you know, do whatever it is you need to do, and come right back to this when you get a chance. So this is a nice one. This is the original disc too, because I've had this for some time, and never played the first two front missions, the first one or the second one, but I just got this game and I thought, hey, this looks interesting, and it was kind of one of those bargain deals. You know, you go out to you go out to the GameStop, or you go to whatever game place you go to buy games from when you're younger, and you're like, hey, I want to try this one out, and this is one I just started trying out. I was like, whoa, I love this game. This is exactly what I wanted. And it's great because I think there's like 160 battles to play through for this one scenario alone. I think there's that many. I think there's a certain amount on a different scenario too. So there's a ton of battles to play, and all these series, I'm going to be going through. As I go through them more, I'm going to basically go through them and show you some of the better weapons you can have and equip and stuff. But for right now, you got 3 basic Wanzers. You got the Zanelevs, or I can't say the name right. I've always said Zanelev, and that's your main character's Wanzer. And that's a really good one. That's got some decent armor to it. Typically it's like kind of a melee fighter, but you pair it with a shotgun and you've got some decent damage you can do. This one here that Ryogo uses, I want to say, no, it's not Kyoki, but geez, this is a Japanese word, and I'm not very good with Japanese words, so he's got a very good Wanzer anyway, because it gives him the Rifupi skill, and that's a very good one for him. Rifupi and Zoom are very good skills for him if you're going to play this, and it's a very good Wanzer. And the thing is, the parts that you equip them with, the body parts, all the body parts, each body part, the body, left arm, right arm, and legs, give you different battle skills for this one. So you just have to have it on and just let it randomly happen, and then he'll learn that skill. And if you get enough of those, you can equip those skills on your computer, so your computer will bring them up more often depending upon what kind of computer you have. But generally, the basic computer works just fine. And so, see, here's a point where you can make someone surrender. You destroy their Wanzer enough, and the enemy will just kind of give up. They throw up the white flag, and you got to hit them one more time. And if the damage is too high that you basically kill them, they die. But if you just make them surrender, you hit them one more time and you don't blow up their Wanzer, they don't die. So then they surrender and they give their Wanzer over to you, and after you get to collect a Wanzer, all those Wanzer parts, you can sell that for a bunch of money, or you can keep it and use the parts to gain a particular skill that you might need, that might be better. So that's how you gain extra skills that are better. You buy new Wanzers, or you force surrender someone in battle, and that's what you can do. The bad thing is, though, you can eject them, but they can eject you out of your Wanzer. And if they eject you out of your Wanzer, they could possibly kill you easily by just shooting you on the ground. So that's kind of a risky thing in this game, and that'll happen sometimes, where you just go into the battle and you basically you get in the battle and someone shoots a missile at you and he ejects you out of your Wanzer, and then someone else shoots a salvo, a barrage of other missiles, or someone hits you with something and you just die instantly. So the first turn of the battle, they just shot you dead and you're gone. You come back to life after the battle, but per battle, if all your little characters are killed or the Wanzer's blown up altogether, then you lose. But that does happen sometimes, and those chances are very rare, but it's like one of those things that Square is always built into their games, where they try to make you lose a little bit, just to give you some humility. And they do that. It usually happens to me once every single time I do a playthrough of this game. So, you're probably going to end up seeing it. This is still, it can be quite a difficult game, especially this battle you see, you're like, well, who should you shoot? Who should you go after? And it gets confusing after a while, but you have to try to go, you know what, well, if his arm's low and I've got a chance to one-shot blow it off, his weapon arm's low, then that's what I want to do. And generally the strategy that you want to do is you want to try to attack someone, you blow off their arm, their weapon arm, or you just blow them up altogether. You know, you don't need to worry about the legs so much, but destroying someone's legs and then running away from them will give you some distance where you don't need to worry about fighting them. You know, that's kind of like a general strategy you can do about that. You see here, you know, I'm shooting this Wanzer because he's you know, because he's kind of getting in the way. So, you know, I'm getting him back for that, and this stinks because I don't think I have enough AP to counterattack this. Oh wait, I do. Never mind. Sorry. So he went off on Rifuppy. That was my bad. But he went off on Rifuppy. Zoom's great too. It's kind of hard to tell which was better, Rifuppy or Zoom. But if you get a better arm later on, and I think it's the Provpa 2. I think if you get that better arm, it gives you this accuracy bonus that you can upgrade. That Rifuppy is way better. But if you have a bad accuracy arm with more weight to it or more hit points, then you can go with Zoom, because Zoom will give you 100%. So 100% of your bullets are hitting. But generally Rifuppy is a little better because you do like 1.5 more. Basically you're loading a clip and a half. You're shooting a clip and a half at the guy, I believe that's what it is. Or it's 1.5 or 1.2. I'd have to look again, but you know, I will research that for the next one that I'm going to do here. But this one was pretty difficult because of the you know, surprise enemies coming into the battle, and I figured, you know what, I'm just going to force them to surrender here so I can move Ryoga up here to do some damage on these other Wanzers and to try to get onto this plate, you know, because if I got on this plate, you know, I ended the battle. But you know, she had no legs left. You know, my Emma character had no legs left on her Wanzer, so you know, I had to kind of go there, and they're trying to sort of trap me in here, which kind of sucks. So this got kind of tricky, you know, at the end, and you're trying to like figure out, well, how can I get to the plate fast enough? I need to get there. And it was, you know, it comes down to one of these things. Well, should I keep going or should I repair? But at that point, I needed to repair because any more damage, and he would have blown up another part, and I would have been, you know, more damage. So I'm doing the best that I can. I think I did pretty good. I think you're going to notice that I got gold here, and yeah, this one pretty well. So I'm going to try to, you know, talk a little bit more about some of the Wanzer parts here, you know, kind of get back into the past and, you know, play this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is pretty much it. I think I'm going to finish off this Wanzer here, and yeah, so I think that's all there is to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
You